Mind can fantasize, but can heart fantasize? Heart cannot fantasize. Heart just connects, just falls in tune. Which chakra is related to smoking and other addiction? Swadhisthana. Next question. You are enlightened, okay. What makes you to share your experience with others? Enlightenment itself is powerful enough to share it with others. Oh, you are asking what makes me? Is it, that's what you mean? What makes me? I can say the overflowing ecstasy. It's not like you can possess enlightenment. Enlightenment will possess you. You understand? Once you have that experience, don't think it's like one more pet you have and you can keep it in one corner and and you can have it's something like an object. Don't think it will possess you and shake you. You will be shaken to the core. Now what you have is only one glimpse of me. For this itself, you know, after this program I know what you will do. You will go around and talk about me whole day. You will not be able to talk anything else about anything else except me. I know. I know for sure. You will not forget about talking. You will not be able to think about anything else except me. Now I am challenging you. Are you married? No, not yet. Try. Now even for this small glimpse, you are like this means. And moreover, I have the because you asked this question, I have to tell you the fact, not as a pride, just as a fact I am telling you. I came down with this enlightenment and I took this body just to share this truth with others. That's why I did not do anything else except sharing the enlightenment with in my life. All I did from the young age, experimenting with it so that I can share it in a better way with others, experimenting with the different techniques and sharing it with the world. That's what I am doing from the birth. So, it is a powerful experience which will possess you. So, you will just radiate it. You won't have anything else to do. What's the next question? You say that we have ourselves created this body, the functional characteristics. I disagree with you. It was me who is. You say that we have ourselves created this body and the functional characteristics. I disagree with you. If it was me who is the deciding authority, I would have made it with the best at equal required proportion. Understand, don't think you have the intelligence which you have now when you made this body. When you made this body, what intelligence you have, with that only you made. Now your intelligence is updated. Because of that you are saying, if you disagree, I don't have a problem, but truth is truth, that's all. If you disagree, you are okay. The happenings in my life on psychological and spiritual growth have been trying to relate to my understanding of astrology as spiritual astrology from the timing aspect, and thereby to understand astrology as science. Should I continue or drop it? Astrology is a pure science. All right, again, tomorrow I'll explain. I have this question. I'll have a session on astrology. I'll just have a session on astrology. Even before meeting you, I had the vision to recite your name, Paramahamsa Nityanandaya Namaha, during a prayer session. Is this due to divine love, intuition, or a message from Sadguru? Who put this question? It's a connection. You can call it divine intuition or message from Sadguru, both one and the same. There is some connection earlier and it came up. Blessed are those who feel connected in this way. This kind of faith can never be shaken. This kind of trust will never be shaken. Because it is extraordinary experience. Even the faith which comes by this materializing and the small chutamata miracles. No, it can be shaken. I don't know exact translation of that word chitamata. Anybody can translate that word? Huh? Okay. That kind of words are okay. Trivial. Trivial is okay. Trivial is right word. Even faith which comes through that kind of miracles doesn't stay. But this stays when it comes through intuition. When it comes through this kind of connection, it just stays. I suffered a lot with these miracle mongers. That is why I stopped completely. I saw these fellows are not that tuned. So, and moreover, I am a person who radiates deep friendliness. So much of friendliness I radiate. For that kind of miracle mongers, they can't relate with me. The miracle mongers or mystery mongers can't even feel I am a guru. Because I am so open, so free, laughing, just jumping. If you see me sitting with my ashramites, you will really feel jealous. No, it's like a miracle monger cannot conceive me as a guru. He cannot conceive, he cannot, see, for a miracle monger, a serious kind of a person who had a constipation problem only, the face should be like a constipated, only that kind of person feels like a guru. Now really, a long face, gazing somewhere, talking to somebody, and neither he will understand what he is talking, nor the person will understand what he is talking. And something will be spoken to somebody, and person will be sitting and he will think, oh, it is spoken to somebody, and the connection will not be there. But mystery mongers feel only that kind of persons as guru. Long beard and the whole... smiling and that long beard. I don't know why this beard and spirituality got associated. God. Anyhow. Especially smiling is too much. Smiling and using the school words. That and all is too much. Now you see, I have a lot of time to work with the seekers, really contribute something to their life. I feel fulfilled. See, even if I leave my body today, I won't have a problem. I won't have feeling that I have not done something. I feel so fulfilled for whatever life I lived, whatever age or time I lived on this planet Earth. I have added to the planet Earth more than what I can. More than. So I feel like fulfilled. That is the ultimate thing, you see. That is the ultimate of everything. So with these small, all those things, with this I never felt I am contributing what I wanted to contribute. But when I see people being transformed and living that Jivan Mukta life, I feel, yes, I have done what I want to do. This is what is my life. So, whenever I see disciples sitting in a deep silence or fulfillment or a gratitude, I feel this birth is worthy. I have done a right thing. I have done a right thing by happening on the planet Earth. Otherwise, nothing else is. Because I know how to create wealth. If with my memory and intelligence and knowledge and understanding, if I enter into the field of business, what will happen? Now, whatever is needed for the business, I have. And with my orating skills, if I enter into politics, Indian politics needs only orating, nothing else. So, I know every field. Anywhere I go, I can shine. It's not like I don't have anything else. I feel very clearly, any field I touch with my intelligence, I can make it. But nothing fulfills me like when I see a disciple sitting with overflowing ecstasy and bliss. So this is what is my mission. Nothing else. Otherwise, if it is just a power or money, you can do all this kind of, you can have any number of games, nothing wrong. See, one more thing I wanted you to know, I am not complaining or disrespecting the Swamis or Gurus or Masters who do these miracles. It's nothing wrong. See, that is the way they express themselves. I want you to understand and be aware of this. Don't think whoever is doing this is somewhere wrong or cheap or lower. I am telling you very clearly what I feel. What I feel. And I wanted you guys also not to expect this kind of things. Not only from me, not from any master. The real thing is converting man into divine, transforming man into divine, not water into wine. That all breweries are doing. That's what breweries are doing, na? Converting water into wine. So that is not real miracle. The real miracle is man into divine, not water into wine. Then all breweries become God. In this road, 8 breweries are there. Bangalore is the highest drinking city in whole India. Highest drinking city, Bangalore. Next only is Calcutta. So, making water into wine is not a miracle. Making man to divine is a miracle. If you live as an unclutched being on the planet Earth, my work is done. That's all needs to be done. And everything else is for that only. Organization, structure, this, that, money, everything is for that only. This is the vision. Making man live enlightenment. For that, whatever is needed, create and play the game over. Play the game as it required, when it is required. That's all. And when you have people who are living enlightenment, radiating energy, tell them, I share it with others, do some little service, give a little medical care. Especially when I see the poverty in India, I feel like give a little medical care, give a little food and whatever we can, just share it. Not to get some punya or some, all those things. Just share it. We have, just share it. That's all. That's all is the essence of life. Essence of life. Never do service for some reason. Just do it if you are overflowing. If you are overflowing, share it. Alright, this session is all about overflowing. Sahasrara Chakra. Here I am sharing with you some of the important secrets, deep truths. There is no qualitative or quantitative difference between you and an enlightened being, except he feels contented in the inner and outer world. Please understand. There is no qualitative or quantitative. I wanted to emphasize both words. Qualitative or quantitative difference between you and a living the master, an enlightened being, except one thing, he feels content about whatever he has in the inner world and the outer world. I want you to know very clearly, I have all problems you have in the inner world and the outer world. Understand? Capital letter. All problems, ALL, you have in the inner world and the outer world. I have all problems. Except one thing, I am contented. I feel okay. The only difference between you and me is okay, that's all. No, really. Nothing else. That's all. Suddenly, your whole quality is different. The moment you say, okay, suddenly your whole quality is different. You are living enlightenment. The only difference between how this okay will happen, understand? How this okay will happen? You need to understand a deeper secret of life. If you are having a certain amount of wealth now, intelligence now, relationships now, life is happening in you. Please understand, all these things have happened to you not as an accident. Existence really wants you to have this. You are qualified for it. Even if you die this moment, you will take birth again with all these facilities with you. Please understand, I am talking to you some of the deeper secrets of life and death. How the life is happening. Life is a continuous expansion. If you have the amount of intelligence, for example, you are a doctor, you have this much of wealth, you have this decent life, you have all these basic facilities, some to car, to house and all those things. Do not think it happened to you as an accident. If you think it happened to you as an accident, you will be afraid to die. You will be afraid of life. You may be thinking any time it may be taken away from me. If I die, then I have to work again to get everything. Who knows? I will have that kind of circumstance, that kind of situation, that kind of everything. Who knows? You have all kinds of misunderstandings, all kinds of insecurity, all kinds of feelings. I tell you, even if you die, you will take birth in a place, in a situation, in an ambience where you will be little more than this, not lower than this. This is the way life happens. If you are holding on to some position which you are not worthy, even now, don't think it will be left with you. It will be taken away from you. You are worthy of where you are. Understanding you are worthy of where you are, that is the first rule to bring confidence or contentment. That's the first thing you need to understand. Existence is living through you. Please understand. I am sharing my enlightenment with you because I feel fulfilled about it. Same way, you are having whatever you are having because existence wants to live through you. It wants to fulfill itself through you. When you achieve something great, existence feels pampered because it wants to achieve it through you. It wants to live it through you. You are not an accident. You are a clear incident. I am not consoling you. I am not giving you some consolation. I am not the person to console you. I am stating the exact truth. If you think I am giving you confidence, consolation, positive thinking, you are wrong. I don't do that job. I am not interested in that job. I am stating straight, simple facts. I am stating straight, simple truths. If you imbibe, get inspired, it is up to you. Otherwise, I don't have a problem. Because I am not a positive thinker, or I am not teaching positive thinking. I am not having some self-confidence workshop. No. That only fools do. All fools are doing all over the world. This positive thinking is the worst foolish idea I ever heard. Thinking itself is nonsense. Then what about positive thinking? No, so there are so many books being written, left and right. The moment you enter into that landmark bookstall, the whole shop, whole cupboard is filled with positive thinking books. Understand, the moment you think, I am healthy, one corner of your mind is saying, no, why are you lying? Tell me, how many of you guys were successful in positive thinking? Never. Even a person who wrote the book will never be successful. I know so many guys who wrote many books about positive thinking and made money, that's all. Nothing else. Positive thinking is a foolish idea. Don't try to think positively and all. Know the truth, then you will become positive. Not that your thinking will become positive. Just know the truth. You will become positive. You will radiate positiveness. Anybody who tries to think positive will always have one part of him fighting with him. Just see, you can see, no, I am healthy, tell 100 times. You will be very strongly telling inside you, no, I am not healthy, I am sick, I am just lying, I am just trying to cover my sickness. You know it. Just try any positive thinking. You will have a big drama in you. How many of you have tried this positive thinking, this kind of things? Then you know the fun. You know the fun. All I am telling you is, don't try to be positive, try to have positive thinking and all. Just know the truth. You will radiate positivity, which can never come by positive thinking. Positive thinking is like a putting some cream on your skin. Knowing the truth is really radiating positivity from inside. The work needs to be done little deeper level, not in the skin level. Not on the skin level. Positive thinking is more like a covering the septic tank with the lid. Is the word septic tank exists in West? Same word? Okay. Covering the septic tank with lid is going to help? No. Clear it out. The cover is no way going to cover it. How much ever it covers, you know. Can you, just because it is covered, can you sit on the septic tank and eat? You can't, because you know it's only cover. Same way, how much ever you try to have positive thinking, no, I am healthy, I am happy, I am blissful, however you try to have, what will happen? No. Knowing the truth is different and just thinking positively is different. Thinking positive and all those things, you see, I want you to know this story, then you will understand the power of thinking positive. You know, the greatest, the positive thinking, that kind of that self-confidence author, you know, Dale Carnegie. Yes, sorry. Dale Carnegie, he wrote 2 books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Any of you have read that book? Next to Bible, his books have been sold in the planet Earth. Do you know? Next to Bible. Next to Bible, practically his second Messiah. Now, next to Bible, his books have been sold all over the world. In the first book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, he writes about how to come out of the suicidal tendencies. That is the main theme. And the next book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he is talking about how to have a beautiful relationship with your spouse. That's the main theme. How many of you read these 2 books? I have read. And I want you to know a biographical fact about his own life. He committed suicide because he was not able to cope up with his wife. No, really. Understand, a man who wrote a book which is sold and read next to Bible. 2 main themes of the book, he was not able to keep up. He wrote whatever he was not able to keep up. The night he will sit, whatever practical problems he faces and unable to solve, that same problem he will expand and expand and expand and will never give a solution, and that became a popular book. See, when you read a book, when you see that author also had the same suffering, you feel a kind of a sympathy towards him. And you continue to read and enjoy. That is what has happened. Please understand, that is what has happened. That is the main reason why that book has become very popular. When you read, you feel connected. Oh God, he is talking to me exactly the problem I have. You don't even think whether he is giving a practical solution. You only bother about, oh God, I feel really he is sympathetic towards me. You know, there is sympathy. There is somebody who is suffering the same problem you have. And you feel as if you have a solution. I can give you 2-3 tips how to become a great philosopher. Just, I think I already told you once. Write all the problems you have in a very orating way, with all beautiful words, and do not give solution. Because you yourself don't know. Or give the solution what you have. Whatever you have is not a solution. No positive thinking is going to help. Know the truth, that will help. You will radiate positivity. You will radiate positivity. Truth is, existence is living through you. You are not an accident. Even if you think you are an accident, you are not an accident. Existence is feeling, really overflowing. It wants you to be where you are now. You are not in the position, you are not where you are now just as an accident. You are in the position where you are now just as a clear, planned miracle. Please understand, you are a miracle, not an accident. When you understand this truth, your existence is living through you itself. It is fulfilling itself through you. You are a fulfillment for this whole existence. If you are not here, existence is going to miss you. If you are not here, the planet Earth is going to miss you. That's the truth. Otherwise, why should you be here? Long before tsunami would have taken away you. And there are 1,000 reasons to take you away. Why should you be let be here? There is no reason. And don't think, oh, I am here because no accident happened in my life. No. 1,000 accidents could have happened. You are not here as an accident. You are not a misfit. Be very clear. Existence will miss you if you are not here. Only when you understand the truth. It's like when you understand, that is why I am trying to catch a right word. When Krishna says in Gita, dropping the body is nothing but dropping your cloth, he means this only. Even if you will not find a big difference. You will just disappear here. You will appear in some place almost in the same ambience, same kind of ambience. Because you are qualified for it. If you have developed your quality, you will appear in a better ambience. That's all. It's a simple logic. It's a simple truth. With this understanding, you will have a deep relaxation. Oh God, I am worthy of what I am.